Hey, what is going on YouTube? My name is Andrew, aka the Black Dragon. This is Black Dragon Studios, and I'm back with another episode of Doomsday Last Survivors. In today's video, I'm going to be doing Top Commander. We are going to be going into Top Commander a little early. I was planning to do it at the end of the summer, like toward like September, October type thing, but it's only July now, and I've only been saving for 3 months. I literally just hit the 3-month mark at 390 days of saving. So, yeah, I just got out of Top Commander at 300 days, and now we're right back in Top Commander again, after only 3 short months. So I'm pretty, excited about that. There goes an alarm. Don't know why I even had that set. Oh, Anipede, 15 minutes. Okay, I have 15 minutes to shoot this video. Okay, so basically, I'm going into Top Commander because I need troops. As you can see here, I only have 300,000 infantry, 326,000 riders, and 240,000 archers. So I went ahead and trained up. This is all this is all what I trained today in Top Commander. What Top Commander is, for those that don't know. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all the returning subscribers. You guys are the ones that are helping this channel grow, and I appreciate you guys so much. And the ones that aren't subbed, what the hell are you doing, man? Come on, hit the sub button. It's free, it's easy to do, and it helps support me for absolutely free. So appreciate that. All right, now let's get into the video, guys. You guys want to hear about Top Commander? I'm sure you do, because you clicked on the video, or you just like listening to me talk. So anyways, yeah, Top Commander, more commonly referred to as All-Star Knight in game, but everyone just calls it Top Commander. And this week, the riders are on Top Commander, so I had a tough decision to make. It was like either go into this Top Commander and make some riders, and I have enough speed ups to probably get third without even doing stele, or I can wait another 3 months, run out of riders, end up having to train riders outside of a Top Commander, get absolutely nothing for them, and there you go. I could have just went into this Top Commander, and I knew I was going to be kicking myself for it later on down the road. So what I'm going to do in this Top Commander is I'm going to do a little bit of my T6 research, but the heavy brunt of my speed ups are going to be placed on making as many riders as I possibly can for the next 3 months of waiting till I can go back into Top Commander. Why was I able to get into Top Commander after 3 months, you ask? Well, I'm a spender in this game, okay? I do spend quite a bit of money in this game. Like, I'm not going to say that I spend thousands and thousands of dollars in this game, but I'm certainly not a free-to-play player, and I certainly don't just buy like the monthly gem pack every month. I buy a lot more than that. So that's where I'll leave you guys with that. But yeah, I just been saving a lot. Most of the time I just save. Man, I even went in a pissing match in Alliance League with my previous alliance, one of my previous alliance members, and ended up using like, I think he ended up making me use like 400 days worth of speed ups during this 3 months of savings. So I literally could have had an additional 400 days worth of speed ups if I really wanted it. But that's just how much I spent on this game. So moving forward to what Top Commander actually is, it's the most important event in the game. At this current time, it's the only way to get these quote-unquote superheroes, the one with the S beside their name. And they come in all different forms. You can get them in ranged, you can get them in infantry, and you can get them in riders, but the only troop type that you can't get them in is leader right now. That would be so cool if they just brought like a leader out, a leader superhero, but that would be kind of OP and broken, I think, because you could use any troop type with a leader and it just works, right? So that would kind of break the whole game, I think, if they did that. And that's why I don't really want them to do that, in all honesty. I think, yes, it would be cool, but it would create such a skill gap for the players that could immediately transcend that hero compared to everyone else. So yeah, for now, let's just not make a superhero leader. So I'm going for this one here. I'm going for Rubina. So these are the best riders here. Rubina for Rally and Chasey for Garrison. However, Rubina I found to be very good in the field. If you're not needing speed. And Chasey as well, same thing. If you're not needing speed, Chasey can be a great field fighter as well as Garrison, as well as Rally. And pairing those two together actually makes for one really good hell of a combo. So yeah, anyways, can only do one at a time because we got to get those Transcendence cores, and this is the only event in the game that you can get those Transcendence cores in Splendid Stele, which we'll take a look at the rewards here in just a moment for Splendid Stele. So basically these cores here, which I have 38 of now, these Rubina energy cores, you guys are going to see me transcending my Rubina over the next 4 to 6 months, and hopefully I'll have her fully maxed by 6 months from now. That's my goal with that anyways. It's a long shot, but it's definitely possible. As, you know, I'm starting to notice even now, the way she is now is just really strong and definitely making a huge impact on my account. So yeah, I'm just very happy that I picked her. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, why didn't you go with Chasey as your first superhero? And I'll tell you, because she was new, bro. She was new, but people don't realize how good Rubina actually is. Like, if you've ever seen a fully maxed Rubina and a very strong account, you're gonna be surprised how good she actually is. Like, this is the best, besides like, I'm talking about riders here, this is hands down the best rider rally hero in the game by a mile. There's no competition when it comes to rider rallies. This is your go-to gal for the moment, and probably for a very long time. So depending on what ranged units come out next month, but honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I got no FOMO here, bro. I'm just going all in on this Rubina, and we're going to just go for it, because when you play a game like this, right, there's going to be, by the way, dude, if you want to skip ahead and see some more of the other parts of the video that I've, feel free to do that, because this is going to be quite the video. I haven't decided whether or not I just want to piece it all together as one video this time. It's not going to be a tutorial so much. I will give tips. I will give my experience or my opinions throughout the video on certain topics regarding Top Commander. But this is not going to be anything like my previous Top Commander video series. If you didn't see that video series, I posted a video series a few months back on how to win a Top Commander. So if you're interested in getting the full lowdown on every little thing that you could possibly save and score points for on Top Commander, and how to best do that, then I suggest you go back and watch that video series. But if you just kind of want to hang out and chill and just kind of watch another commander do Top Commander, then this is the place for you, because it's just going to be a pretty chill Top Commander this time. Not going to get angry or, you know, upset that I didn't win first place or whatever. I'm literally just here to train troops and, you know, collect some additional rewards in the process. So now, with all that being said, we're going to get into the actual way you can get these cores. It's this stupid Splendid Stele event, and man, I really wish they would honestly just not have this stupid event in the game, but it is what it is. This is the event, the biggest and the best event. This is honestly, if I could do one thing over again on my account, is I would have, as a spender, I would have spent more money on these stupid Stele files. So basically, they're these looking things here, and you can get them for free here, sure, but everybody else does get them for free too. You can get them from the bounty ground for free once per day. You can spin this wheel 3 times and get 3 Splendid Stele files. I think it's actually 9. I think it actually gives you 3 times 3. So there's that, and then there's also the missions. So yeah, you can do the missions here. This is another thing I don't like. It's just so confusing. Like, I've got so much on my mind, bro. This guy's already put on 1,570 files, so I don't even know what I was trying to do, man. I was trying to go in and actually do the event. So there it is, right there. You guys can now sculpt me. I am the splendid stele. No, I'm just kidding. That's the funny thing too. Like, there's literally nothing to this event. You just click a button and this thing behind me here sculpts, but it just stays the same. Like, it doesn't actually sculpt. It just stays, it looks the exact same if you put 4,000 files on it as it did when you had no files on it. So yeah, these are the files. You can get them from a pack, which I did today. I ended up buying these packs. This is the one thing that I would change, honestly, if as a spender, is spending so much money on all this other stuff in the game, but I never really started spending money on these files until I realized that you need 500 transcending cores or energy cores to fully transcend your hero. Not only do you need 500 cores to fully transcend your hero and get the full benefits out of those superhero skills, which I'll show you, are actually quite insane. Like on this Rubina, to put all 500 cores on her, I'm going to get an extra 39% bonus skill damage when my squad is less than 50%. And I'm going to get an additional 26% bonus damage on my skills. Just a straight up 26% bonus damage on my skills when that's fully maxed. As well, when I go to transcend the skills, this is what I'm going to get. I'm going to get extra damage here and a lot more damage, I might add. On this one here, I'm going to get additional damage reduction and more bonus damage. So that's like insane. And then here I'm getting as well more damage reduction, 5% straight up damage reduction when not garrisoned, and increasing damage on rage skills, stacking up to 15 times. So 3.5% can stack up to 15 times. I mean, yeah, this character is literally broken. This is about as broken of a transcending hero as you could possibly get in the game at the moment. Like, when you fully transcend the skill underneath my head here, 40% rider HP as opposed to 34, which is 6% more HP plus 2% more damage to range squads. So, and then the middle effect here increases the chance of triggering bonus damage with rage skills by 10%, and for every 15% of squad size loss, gains squad defense 6.5%. This stacks up to 6 times. So I can essentially gain like 40% extra defense with this transcended skill, as opposed to the only 4.5%. Now we're going to get an additional 2%. This stacks up to 6 times, so an additional 12% defense potentially during a rally, on top of the 36%. God damn it, let me just get my calculator out because I can't do this math. 6.5 times 6. 39% extra defense as your squad size decreases. You would not even begin to believe how good that is. When you're getting skill damage reduction, you're getting just a straight up squad damage reduction. You're also getting less damage when flanked, and you're also getting additional damage reduction when flanked by multiple squads, plus extra attack, extra skill damage. This extra 3.5% when transcended. So 3.5% times 15, an extra 52% skill damage on top of the, I know you guys are probably drooling right now if you know what I'm talking about, on top of the 39% bonus skill damage and the 26% bonus skill damage. So these skills are going to be hitting for over 100% extra skill damage. I'm ballparking it. It's probably a lot more than that. If you look at the talents, the talent tree, extra skill damage, where's that at? Yep, there's increases skill damage by 7.5%, skill damage 8%. So I mean, let's just say 125%. When fully transcended, this hero is going to be smacking you for an extra 125% skill damage And on top of that, she's also going to have an extra 40% defense. So this character really loves defense, and the whole point I'm trying to make to you is, it all works. Like, I've watched her just shit on numerous different squads while garrisoning. I was garrisoning with this, and 20 people were swarming, and everybody was just getting killed. So, and that was with a garrison. She's not even supposed to garrison. So, this is a really good hero, and I would go all in for this hero. So again, we're gonna do this stele event, but the problem with the stele event is that most people that I've noticed in this pool recently get like 4,000 files, and they'll finish the damn event with 4,000 files. I've only got 1,600, and I've been saving for 3 months. So my 3-month plan is currently on track. I wanted to have 3,500 saved by 6 months. Now that I'm actually buying them, I'll probably have that. I'll probably have more. But my dilemma now is, do I go in this stele event and try to take 3rd place with this amount of files, or do I hold off and just use them in my next top commander and get points for them? Not only will I get points for them, but I'll also get points for, like, for example, if you finish in 1st place in Top Commander, you also get a 12% additional amount of cores that you won in Splendid Stele. So finishing 1st is actually really good if you participated in Splendid Stele. It's really good because you're going to get, I think, an additional 30 cores on top of the 250 cores they gave you here. Okay, so like I said, you need 500 cores to transcend your hero, so you need to get 1st place 2 times in order to do that, or you need to get a couple of seconds with 1st place in Top Commander, and that will also do it for you, I think, right? Am I right to say that? Probably not, eh? I think you'll still be just a little bit short. But the point I'm trying to make to you is, it takes a very long time. It takes a very long time. It takes, at the bare minimum, even for the biggest spender in the game, it takes a bare minimum of 2 top commanders to fully transcend any superhero. And that's why you see whenever a new hero comes out into the game, like a new superhero, they have, like, say it's an infantry superhero, they have 2 infantry top commanders in a row, because they want people to have that chance to immediately transcend that hero. And they know that's going to make them a lot of money too, right? Because that player is going to not only have to spend resources on the 1st top commander, but they're also going to have to spend resources the following week on the next top commander. So it's a lot of resources to have to commit in such a short period of time. And most people just can't do it. Like me, I think I got 3rd, I got 3rd in the Splendid Stele, so it's going to take me, holy man, it would take me 4 of these, or I could just go for the 1st. That's why I'm thinking, right? Should I just go for the 1st place and then, see what I'm left with at that point, instead of trying to gamble? Because the point I'm trying to make is, I'm not close. If I was close to being fully transcending Rubina, I would be going in. If, say, I only needed 85 cores to fully transcend her, I would be sticking them in right now. But since I need like 400, still, I need around like 350, actually. I think I'm better off just saving them, to be quite fair with you. And I already know, just by judging from the rankings, I can see the rankings here, this guy's already put pretty much the amount that I have on me in already before anything else. So I already know that I'm not winning. There's a 0% chance that nobody else has more files than this guy. That's a 100% chance, actually, that somebody in this pool will put more files than this guy right here. I guarantee you that. That 1st place in this pool will end up having at least 2,000 to 3,000 files, potentially more. Okay? So let's do that, actually. Let's go ahead and take a look here at how to predict scores in a top commander to decide whether or not it's good to invest or good to hold off, you know? Well, I can tell you right now, as soon as I saw this Otama Chan guy with 800, he put 800 on immediately, right at the beginning of the day. Otama Chan put on 800 files, and I look at him, and he looks like he's got a very, very high level account. He's got his hero equipment all red and starting to work on all of his parts, all of his refinement and everything. Lots of might, lots of kills. And yeah, he's definitely not a farmer. And he definitely spends money on this game. So I can imagine right there off that one little... that this guy here is probably here to win this event. If I had to guess. So at best, if my files held up, which there's a likely chance that 1,800 files is not going to get me at least second place, then it's not worth going in, because honestly, if I just keep saving, I could take first place 3 months from now. I could get 250 cores. I can get 250 cores. So let's say I was to get 4th or 5th place, or potentially even 6th to 10th with that amount of files that I'm going to put in right now. And then I come back 3 months from now and I do that again. I only get 4th or 5th, or at best 6th to 10th, because my file count just isn't high enough. That is not even 150 cores, bro. So just by saving an additional 3 months, I'm going to get myself a full 250 cores, plus I'm going to be able to win that top commander, potentially, which will give me even more cores. And this is my logic behind the whole thing, right? Like, I'm just trying to approach this without an ego, without desperation, because honestly, there's no need for it. There's no need for it, bro. Like, I'll get that transcended hero when I can. And by the way, I'm going to be transcending at least one skill, if not 2. No, I'm not doing stele for this one. So yeah, I only need one. I only need like 50 more cores to transcend one skill, but honestly, it's not that worth it to me. Like, I don't need it right away. So I'm probably going to transcend the first skill. Honestly, it's the damaging skill. So this is the skill without the transcendence. It is deals damage to the target when not garrisoned, has a 60% chance to deal bonus damage 1 to 5 times. So I've got a 60% chance to deal a bonus smack 1 to 5 times of 5,100 damage. And each time you hit them over again, the damage decreases by 10%. Until it reaches a minimum of 40%. So basically, you hit them again, and then you could possibly hit them again, and again, and again. And this is all in one skill. And yeah, you have a 60% chance to trigger that every time you use that skill. Well, when you transcend it, you deal more damage with the original skill, which is already huge, considering our skill damage is going to be over 125% when fully maxed. So it's going to be over 20, it's probably going to be around 25k flat damage when it's fully maxed. And then you have a 60% chance to deal bonus damage 2 to 6 times. So when you trigger the bonus damage, it's going to trigger minimum 2 times. So you have a 60% chance of dealing an additional 11,000 damage on top of the 25,000 damage you're already dealing. And that damage is going to be increased as well, because your skill damage is already going to be increased by 125% because of all the bonuses she's receiving. So your 5,600 damage turns into 11,000 damage run 2 times. So that's minimum 20,000 extra damage each time you use this skill. So this skill has the potential of dealing, each time you use it, well over 100,000 damage. Just off one skill. Just off one skill. Name one other hero in the game that's able to do that during a rally. And there's no one. There's no one, dude. So yeah. And that's really it, man. I mean, you know, being able to just go from, you know, even just 400 damage, 500 damage. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you add that up over the course of like 10 minutes that a rally lasts, or 20 minutes that a rally lasts, or more, depending on the opponent, that could be millions of damage in the end, stacking up. Yeah. Need I say more? Need I say more? So instead of turning this into a Rubina video, let's go ahead here and do Top Commander. So okay, so this is just the beginning of the day. I'm just clicking on this. I got this right at the beginning of the day before I could get any buffs. So I decided to... What did I decide to do with this? Okay, I still had a little bit of time remaining on this research that I put on like almost 2 weeks ago. So they asked me to get 6,000 minutes worth of speed ups. And I'm gonna put this down to like 8 hours, I think. Something like that. 8 hours or whatever. And give myself a little bit of time to be able to get to that research buff. And that's another thing I wanted to mention too. Like, you have to do these challenges. They get you extra points for Top Commander if you're in Top Commander. So definitely watch out for them. But one thing that I was gonna like complain about is that there's all these different buffs, right? Like we're going to be doing Island Raid during this Top Commander. So there's going to be extra additional bonuses and incentives for training troops during Island Raid. So I really wanted to wait until Island Raid to be able to start training a lot of my troops, but I couldn't because most of this top commander for me is going to be training troops. So I had to train some troops during this phase, during phase 1. And I also had to do some research as well, which I wasn't too happy about because there was no Federation research buff today. But I was lucky enough to be able to get the Chief of Staff training buff, which is 15% extra training speed, which is really nice, on top of the 10% Federation training buff that they put. So hopefully we can repeat this process again on phase 3. When we're in Island Raid, then I'll get the Chief of Staff, the Federation buff, plus the training buff that you can usually find on the ground during Island Raid, and then we could train a hefty amount of troops. Yeah. Anyways, this was just a recording. I'm just recording. You can see here, this was just a recording. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. And I'll bring up now the process here. This is the process here. And this is what pissed me off, man. Like, this is no fault of anyone. This is just simply the game and its issues. You know, they give us this training buff, the Federation training buff, 10% training speed. You can see it. It's called fully armed, 10% training speed. So this goes on at 12 p.m. UTC, right? Well, the problem with this is that it only lasts for 4 hours. So even if you're participating in Top Commander, if you're not online for this 4 hours, you ain't getting the buff, dude. You ain't getting this buff. You're not getting it. They don't put it back. It's a one-time thing. It's for the whole entire region. So you have to make sure amongst people that actually have lives, people that have like work, school, wives, kids, commitments, to be online during this 4-hour window, because you need this buff. If you don't get this buff, there's no point in even going into Top Commander, dude. Like, if you don't get the 10% Federational Research buff or the training buff, there's no point in doing Top Commander because you're just wasting your freaking resources. Like, think about it. It costs, I'm gonna show you guys this little spreadsheet that I made up here. All right, so you can see it right here. It takes 278 days for phase 1 worth of speed ups needed, right? That's a lot of days, man. If you consider the fact that each day has 24 hours, and let's say 200 of those days are used for training, right? Just because we have the training buff. 200 days times 1440, that's how many minutes is in a day. And then you times that by 0.1, which is 10%. So that's 28,000 minutes. That's what 10% gets you. 28,000 minutes or, oops, no, wait, did I? Yeah. 480 hours. That's what that is. Or divide that by days, 20 days. So bro, that's 20 days, excuse me for, getting pissy about this, but that's 20 days that you will miss if you don't get this buff. Now, I know you're probably thinking, wow, this guy's like complaining about random shit, but honestly, bro, it's a valid complaint because let's say you miss this on this day and you miss it on another day. So that's potentially 40 days of missed speed ups that you could miss just by not getting the buff. And on top of that, okay, you've got the personal buffs. So you can get the personal training buff or the personal research buff, okay? So those are generally speaking 10% buffs, okay? So let's take that into consideration as well. So let's say you forgot to get the 10% buff and you forgot to get, or nobody's online to give you the buff when you're able to play the game. So you didn't get the buff, you didn't get the 10% buff or the other 10% buff, potentially 15% buff, depending on who you know, type thing. So for me, it was 25%. Okay, so let's say I missed 25% of those 288,000 minutes. That's 72,000 minutes. 1,260 minutes. So 1,200 hours, or 50 days. So that's an entire 50 days worth of speed ups that I wouldn't get if all the stars don't align at the proper time. Okay, now also what I'm going to complain about is that this event falls during there's no island raid. So island raid doesn't happen for another 3 days or another 2 days, but we're already training troops on this phase, and that's fine. You know, you got to train troops on this phase, but why not start Top Commander at the same time as Island Raid? I don't get it. Or start it at the same time as Archipelago Raid. Somewhere where you're going to get a bonus for training troops, because, you know, it's ridiculous that I'm having to train troops. I'm getting absolutely no value for it on this day. But there's also going to be troop training on Phase 3 and Phase 6. Okay, so let's say that, for example, I had to train all my troops on Phase 1. And I have to do all my research on Phase 6. Because the Federation research buff is not coming until Phase 6. And my training Federation buff is coming on this day. So it's coming on this day. Let's say I don't get it on Phase 3. So I don't get a Federation buff on Phase 3. So not only did I miss out on a Federational buff on Phase 3, but I'm also not able to train any troops during Island Raid because I have to do, I'm not able to train them profitably, meaning I'm not getting, I have to train them, but I'm not getting the buff. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that they have to give all these buffs at all these different times and all these different events, and usually you end up getting screwed. What I mean by that is you're not getting the value that you deserve, okay, when they easily could have just put this event 2 days later. They could have put it right here. They could have put it right here, or in fact, Thursday. I think it's Thursday, right? We got announcement here. We've got matchmaking on Thursday, and then Friday we've got the actual event starting. So on Friday, give us Top Commander. Instead of giving us Top Commander on Monday, when you're giving us no bonuses for training troops on Monday, other than the Federational buff. We're not getting the training buff from Island Raid, which is sometimes 10%. So we're missing the 10% buff on that. To train troops today, and to train troops on Phase 3, and to train troops on Phase 6 is a hefty task for somebody like me who's not a whale. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous what they expect players to do in this game. And again, that's no knock on my alliance or the region in general. It's the same any region you go. The buff always comes out. It's only a 4-hour acting buff, and then it's gone. It's if you miss it, you're done. Like, you still have, if you're participating in Top Commander. And this gets worse as the days go on, right? Like, as you're, oh shit, we're doing this? Oh shit. Okay. When did we start this? I'll probably just join in for the oh my god, we're already 22 minutes in. God damn, man. I'm doing this video. And what the hell, dude? This is insane. Okay, so back to what I was saying before. They're all doing Anapede now, and I'm probably not going to get any points for this. But anyways. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows, dude? If I can get 81 million points. But it's irregardless. So this is what I'm trying to say, right? Like, all these time-consuming events, all, like, got to be here at this time, you got to be here at this time, and this time, and this time, and this time. And by the end of it, your mind is so fucking confused from all the different times that you have to remember. Or I have to put alarms in my phone, like, be online at this time for this, be online at this time for this. We're doing Anapede right in the middle of my friggin' Top Commander video. Because I just told you guys 5 minutes ago, oh, go look, guys, Anapede's in 10 minutes. I gotta remember that. 30 minutes later, 40 minutes later. Yeah, I'll probably turn this into a Top Commander series, honestly, because why not, right? I'm already 40 minutes into a damn video. So, did anybody join my rally? No. So nobody joined my rally. You know what? I'd probably just cancel this. I'll probably just cancel this and wait. And wait for the next rally. Yeah, so the whole point I'm trying to make is it's all good, right? If you know, day one, you get all the buffs that you're supposed to get, but phase 3 comes and you sleep in, or phase 3 comes and you have to work, or phase 3 comes and you just forget about it to be online from 12 to 4. Well, and let's say it's coming close to reset and nobody's online to give the buffs, right? So you essentially just have to go and do your, if you're already halfway done the event, here, let me start this rally. You have to do the, regardless of whether you want to or not. That's what I'm trying to say. So, okay, please get me out of this so I can... Trying to talk and play this game is about as impossible as anything. Because I got like a focused thought that I want to talk about right now, so... Okay, so we'll send you there, and that's really all I have anyways. Is there any good rallies to join? She got riders over here. I don't know. I have tier 4s. Whatever, send them. Yeah, so, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, Top Commander is a very intense event. It's very time intensive because you have to make sure that you're online for every little checkpoint time frame, like 4-hour windows or 2-hour windows, to make sure that your points are what they should be, that you're using every little thing that you should be. Like, I don't... Wait, did I just... Tier 4? No, I wanted riders, not tier 4. Why is nobody joining my rally, dude? I have one of the strongest rallies in this frickin'... did I get the battle fever? No, I didn't. Let's get this guy. Actually, probably not very respectful to just scout that guy like that. Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to tell you is, like, let's say you're 300 million points in and it's phase 6 and it's coming close to reset and nobody's online and you missed the buff, you missed the Federation buff, so you're already, and there's no buff on the ground for Island Raid because the buffs disappear after like 2 hours, so you're stuck. You're stuck. You're going to lose 30% on your training speed, and you're going to lose a potential 10% on your research speed, or whatever it may be, right? So you're potentially losing between 50 to 100 days worth of speed ups, a 50 to 100 days worth of whatever, because you're human. That's essentially what I'm trying to say. Because you're human... And that's, that's about as dumb as it gets, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Should never be like that. Should never be like that, dude. But it is. So that's probably for me the most stressful part, because I'm not very good with stuff like that. When it comes to, like, being places at certain times and certain, doing certain... Basically forcing myself to be somewhere at a certain time. Doesn't really... work out too well for me most of the time. So yeah, like I pulled an all-nighter last night just so I could make sure that I was here for Anipede, and also I have some other stuff going on during the day, and wow, man, I feel like I don't know, do I even post this? Like, I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to what I'm saying. It's just too much. It's too much, man. Let's see how this new Rubina does in this rally here. This newfound Rubina. This newfound 3.2 million Rubina. Oh, 3.142 million, actually. So I lost might somehow. Maybe we still have 10 minutes to go. We might, if we could get 2 rallies in, I'm sure we can make the 82 million points. But yeah, I just kind of wanted, like, honestly, bro, I just kind of wanted this Top Commander to just be kind of like a chill sesh, kind of just airing out some of my grievances toward, like, the way that it's all set up. Also showing you guys, like, kind of what I'm doing during Top Commander. But it's not so much an educational thing this time, or so much it's just me sharing my experience, basically, and just sharing my thoughts and sharing some of my gameplay with you guys. That's really all it is this time. So I hope you guys can appreciate that. It's a little bit of a different spin on how I usually do videos, but I think that's kind of how it's going to be going more often now with stuff like this, because, I mean, unless I'm putting up a hero guide, I've really kind of exhausted my what I can offer you guys as far as like game knowledge. If you go back and watch my previous videos, you'll see all that stuff. So like you'll see the top commander strategies, you'll see the bounty ground strategies, you'll see armament strategies and honing chip strategies, like all beast strategies. Actually, that's one of the things you guys can expect in 2025 or late 2025. As soon as genes come out for beasts, these things here, as soon as this feature becomes available, I'm going to make a new video, an updated video on beasts and how important beasts actually are in this game right now, especially if you're planning to be a rally or garrison account. It's actually the second most important thing in the game right now besides transcending heroes. So arguably a lot of people might disagree with what I'm saying, but I'll show you the battle reports of my beast compared to the other beasts in this alliance, and you'll see the difference all in just raw damage, just off these battle reports that I'm about to show you for this Antipede. So yeah, I need like 5 million points really fast here. I'm only doing 3 marches and we've already got 35 million points. Oh yeah, we're good, we're good. We got one more rally and then we're gonna be able to... I'm so lucky that this just caught the corner of my eye as I was just glancing over the screen and I saw it and I was like, oh man, we need to... I might get it in one rally. God, I might get 60 million points in one rally, dude. Not too bad at all if I do say so myself. Max points is 83 million. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at these. Oh, we got 3 search maps. Nothing. Alright, so I'll show you guys these damage reports. So see there, 34 point... Okay, so it's saying here that I got 35 million damage, right? This person got 17, and then this person got 2 million. Now take a look at the beast. 7 million damage off my beast, right? 7 million damage. You see I've got all the crit damage, crit rate, crit damage chipset. And on the bottom, same thing. I've got all crit, right? Crit rate, crit damage. Okay, so keep that in mind. 7 million damage. This is another account, tier 5 account, with a +4 level 97 and a maxed epic fire beast. 900,000 damage. 6 billion damage difference. This guy here has his T6s. Better hero gear. No armaments. Why is he sending out a rally with no armaments? Are you crazy, bro? And the beast there. You see it there. Epic beast. Only dealing 2 million damage, so I don't know what... I don't think he meant to do that, honestly. I don't think he meant to send that hero with no hero gear, but anyway. That's not a very good comparison. I'll show you a different battle report here after these ones are done. Is he doing that same rally again? Oh no, he's got riders now, okay. We're going to get into full rally here with one of my main ralliers, with one of our main infantry ralliers. And we'll look at his battle report and we'll compare it to the Rubina battle report and my beast's battle report. I can almost assure you that my beast, not to be rude, but I can assure you that my beast will have done more damage. Just because of the way I have it set up. Very few people have a stronger beast than me. The only people that have a stronger beast than me are whales. I've actually put quite a lot of work into my beasts. For a low spend player, I put a shocking amount of money into these compared to most people. I've put probably $100 to $200 on my beasts already. Which may not seem like a lot, but honestly, bro, it is a lot, actually, because it's pretty insane just to think about, like, why even spending money on this shit in the first place, so... But in this game, it's just super powerful. It's a damn necessity at this point to be investing in your beasts, I feel like, so... Because think about it this way, like, bring a weak-ass beast against a good beast in a in a rally or a garrison situation, and you're going to get squashed because your beast is doing so much damage. Once the other beast dies, like, your beast just does raw damage from that point forward. So if your beast is strong, you're going to be dealing a lot of extra damage with your beast. So basically the way beasts work is whoever's beast dies first ends up taking raw damage from the enemy beast for the rest of the fight. So the enemy beast just gets free damage, basically. It's pretty insane, dude. Well, we're going to get at least 2 minutes of a Carnage rally here, too. I bet you Carnage with this 1 2-minute rally is probably going to score, like, the same amount of points as me doing a full 5-minute rally. Look at this. With just 2 rallies, I'm already in 17th place. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, like, it's surprising even to me because, honestly, dude, like, y'all may not know me, but I grew, man, so much in the last year. I remember playing this game. It's almost like it was yesterday. I had my T3s and I was just building up T4s and I was just itching just to get those T5 riders unlocked, right? Just so I could start, you know, feeling like I was something in this game. And now I'm doing the same thing, but only with T6s. So let's look at this guy here. He has a Miyamoto Eileen rally. I wouldn't recommend rallying with Miyamoto, but he's got full armament set. He's got improved infantry gear and a level 18 vehicle. So there you see it. Just like I told you, his beast is not invested in at all, but is still dealing a fair amount of damage. So he's got chips on it. Okay, he's only got blue chips, and some chips don't even exist on the beast. So the fact that he's able to do this much damage with that is showing you something, right? Like, it's pretty impressive, the amount of damage that this beast is doing compared to the non-rally beast. But then you'll see my battle report here. Okay, so I've got a level 11 vehicle. I don't have maxed armaments. And this is my hero equipment. But this is my beast. +5, +5. I've nearly got full potential on this guy, and I almost have him halfway with the pristine life. And this guy has a lot of potential into him already. +5 as well. 7,335,000 damage. 137 million damage. Carnage with a 2-minute rally did 65 million damage. His beast is pretty much maxed. In a 2-minute rally, Carnage was able to deal 6 million damage with his rally beasts. Really good stuff. And yes, he's got OC chips, working on his OC chips, and he's using combo, so he's going the combo route with that, which I respect. I like that. I like that way of thinking, actually. But the problem is, if you go the combo route, and then you get the OC chips. If you notice that the Wasp Swarm OC chips are all crit rate, crit damage. So that's telling you something. That crit rate and crit damage is going to be the most powerful thing for these beasts, for these physical beasts, I think. So that's just my opinion on it. Take for it what you will, but that's my opinion on it. And I firmly believe that, you know, that the more crit rate and crit damage you can get on your beast, the better for rallying. Okay, so I managed to get the full rewards, shockingly, for that event, which is nice. I can't believe that, but we got it. And now I'll go back to the video. So let's go back here. And I just want to basically give you guys a little speed run on, well, I was going to just basically tell you what I'm going into Top Commander with. So I have 900 million wood, 752 million tomatoes, 329 million steel, 359 million oil, and 31,000 gems, which I plan on using to upgrade my battle center when I get enough gems. But Essentially what I wanted to say was this is it. Once these resources run out, that's it. I don't have any additional resources in my bag or in the farm. And you might say to yourself, well, why did you do that? Why did you take all of your resources out of your bag, you idiot? Well, there's a reason for that, because I don't want to count them. I want to know exactly how much I have, and I work much better with this is what I normally want in my inventory on any day. And then the rest can all just stay in my bag. As long as I have roughly 1 million tomatoes, 1 billion tomatoes, 1 billion wood, 350 million steel, and 350 million oil, I'm a happy guy. So I farmed all this in just under 2 weeks. This is what I got. If you're wondering how I did that, go back and watch my video on 500 million resources in one day, no farm, no cheating, or no hacks, and you'll see that it is possible. Yeah, so that's another issue that I wanted to raise too, is like, you have to also wait for the buff, right? Like when there's multiple people in the region that all want the buff at the same time, let's say there's 5 people that all want the training buff because they're doing top commander. As you can see here, I'm going to buy these splendid stele files, and I do this today because I'm afraid that they might not be there tomorrow, because they put that timer on there. And now tomorrow they're probably gonna be there, and I have no gold left. And also, I bought the second pack too, because if it resets tomorrow and I don't have 500 gold to buy the first pack, then I can't get the second pack. So I just bought that. I got the additional bonuses there from the splendid stele, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not happy that I have to spend money on splendid stele files. That's like the most boring, stupidest thing that anyone could ever have to spend money on in this game, honestly. And that's another complaint that I have for this game, is like, why, like, tell me this, okay? Like, there's a lot of events in this game that are fun to participate in, that offer great rewards, but the rewards that seem to be the most inviting in this game at the moment, splendid stele files, happens to be the most boring pack in the world. So I spent about a good 25 minutes trying to wait patiently. Actually, more, that's another thing. I waited over half an hour so that other people could do their training first, because I hadn't decided yet whether or not I wanted to do research first or training first, or what was the ratio of training to research that I was going to do, because we don't have a Federation research buff today. So I still had to do research today to achieve my 100 million top commander points, which is another complaint that I have, that I had to spend research speedups and speedups on research when I didn't even have the Federation research buff, because the Federation training buff is up. Again, not a knock against the region, it's a knock against the game, because why is the region only able to put up one buff during a day? Why can't they put up, why don't you let the region, this is IGG I'm talking to here, why don't you allow the region to put up a training buff and a research buff during Top Commander on the same day? See, it's ridiculous. This is what I'm saying. So if I could, in a perfect world, just do my training today and then my research on phase 6, that would be perfect. But the problem therein lies where I need all, like, bro, you don't understand how many points you get in Island Raid for training troops. And yes, it's going to fall during one of the speed up days. You're going to be able to train troops. It's going to fall under one of the training troop days. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't want to train troops on this day. this is the last day that I want to train troops on, because I would rather do research on this day, because you're not getting any points for research in Island Raid. So that's a knock on IGG right there, man. Let me show you what I mean. Top Commander started today. Phase 1, 100 million points required, 278 days worth of speed ups required to finish this day. Which means that you're going to get one Federation buff. It's either going to be research or it's going to be training. Well, the problem is that a lot of people in this region don't have research to do. They're all T6s. They don't need to do more research. So they put the training buff, which is completely and perfectly reasonable. But the problem therein lies where if you're a guy like me who has limited amount of speed ups and wants to put all the training speed ups that he can on the day that it falls during Island Raid, can't do that because I have to achieve my 100 million goal here. So basically what they're doing is they're forcing us to split up our speed ups so that we don't get the full reward during Island Raid, or if we do, it's going to cost us a lot more, because I had to then not do as much troop training on this day, which means I'm not getting the full benefits of that Federation buff that my region provided. And as well, I don't have a research buff. So if I'm doing research on phase 1 to get my 100 million points to save my training speed ups and my training troops for those Island Raid rewards as well, to stack those rewards, I'm missing the benefit of the troop training buff that has been provided. And I'm also not getting the research buff that could be also provided on this day as well. And I'm also missing out on the Island Raid ground research and training buffs that are available throughout the event. So, like I told you before, this should be studied, and they need to change it. And it wouldn't be that hard to change it. How hard is it to put Top Commander on a Wednesday during Island Raid? On a Friday instead of a Monday. Started on a Friday and ended on a Friday instead of a Monday. So the first day that you would be able to do troop training would be on Friday. That would be phase 1. And then on Sunday, which is phase 3, which is troop training day, you would be able to train more troops during Island Raid, which gets you more points for Island Raid and more points for Top Commander. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, the way they set these events up is predatory. It's predatory to drain you of your resources so that you're scrambling around getting half the rewards for your resources, and also spending hours and hours on the game trying to figure out when you can get a buff, when you can't get a buff. You're trying to, like, who's going to be online? Is anyone, like, it is just a headache, bro. Make the quality of life for this game. Improve it. Please improve the game. Improve the quality of life, dude. Like, I'm going to continue playing the game regardless, but I'm just saying, like, it's not too much to ask, I don't think, to streamline the events. That's the word I've been looking for this whole time. Streamline the events, you know? And then they randomly plop events like Great Rebates and, you know, Need for Speed in there as well, which aren't even on the event calendar. But those happen to be the best events outside of Top Commander to spend your speed ups and your gems on. So why not put Need for Speed during Top Commander on one of the speed up days and put Great Rebates on the Bounty Roulette day? You know? Yeah, I know, I'm a fucking genius. Like, people are gonna spend gems on Roulette day all the time, and they're gonna spend speed ups on speed up days during Top Commander all the time, why not put Need for Speed, which is you get like, legendary hero fragments, hero stars, hero badges, all for spending your speed ups. And there's some pretty good rewards too, but you have to spend 78,000 minutes worth of speed ups. Like, it's no joke. You still have to spend over fucking, almost 100 days worth of speed ups, bro, just to complete this goddamn event. And then the Great Rebates event, you have to spend 30,000 gems to get the maximum rewards. So what did they go ahead and do the last time? I'll tell you exactly what they did, okay? This is what they did the last time with the Great Rebates event, which is the same thing as Need for Speed. Once you spend a certain amount of gems, you get back hero fragments, speed ups, hero badges, etc., which helps, obviously level up your heroes, transcend your heroes, awaken your heroes, etc. It's all really good stuff. But they had Alliance League, which was, they have all these missions like spend gems, spend speed ups. And then the day after Alliance League ended, and it wasn't on the event calendar, so who could have known, all of a sudden, we've got Need for Speed and Great Rebates, but it doesn't fall during any other time. There's nothing else going on, bro. It's just those two events. So you're basically stuck figuring out whether you want to blow all your gems on nothing, because you have nothing to spend them on, during, this is for the people that aren't spending money on aren't spending gems on their battle center or VIP points. You might want to spend them during, say, Bounty or Lucky Roulette, which is during Top Commander. Why not at least put it on the damn event calendar? You know what I mean? So that way, people can know, oh, this is when Great Rebates event is. Oh, this is when Need for Speed is. These are the two best events. Yet they're never on the calendar. But you've got Ice Cream Party on the calendar. You've got Steel Wing on the calendar. Nobody gives a fuck about Steel Wing, dude. I'm telling you this, bro. Nobody cares about Sarah Vandermeer fragments and Sokolov fragments. Sorry to tell you, IGG. These events are outdated. Please update your events. Please update your events. This is ridiculous. You've got vehicle maintenance on there. Yes, that's a great event. But you could easily just plop that on us on any given day, and we would notice it. And we wouldn't have to prepare for it, because all it is killing zombies. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, I'm done ranting, man. I hope I reached someone out there with all this ranting. So I got my troop training buff. I got the Chief of Staff, which is 15%, which I had to wait 25 minutes to get because no one was online. And I also waited a half hour previous to that as well. So I was waiting almost an hour. Imagine having to go to work or having to, be somewhere. Imagine actually having a life outside of this game. IGG doesn't care about that. IGG says, you will pay us more money, and that's all we care about. That's all IGG cares about, dude. And it's just, it's just pathetic. What was the exact number? 178,000 riders, 179 if you count this. So we'll now have roughly 500,000 riders, and I plan on completing 200,000 more riders. So we'll have 700,000 riders coming out of this event. 700,000 riders, 400 and so thousand infantry, and around 325,000 range. So that's pretty much the ratio. I'm going to keep it. Like, I want to keep 2 times more riders than every other troop type combined. I might even go for a 3 or a 4 to 1 ratio here in the future, as I was kind of handcuffed this time. I wanted to spend a lot of my universal speed ups on my research to try and get this done, but since I don't have enough gems to level up my battle center today, I can't continue with this research. And if I was to continue with this research, I wouldn't even get it done. Like, I would still have, 200 or 300 days worth of research to do before getting my T6s, and I wouldn't have been able to train any troops. I would have only been able to train like 150,000 troops in total for the entire event. So this, yeah, you know, I really just gave up on the idea that I'm going to have my T6s this top commander, but I also keep in mind that I wasn't planning on going into top commander until like 3 months from now. So if I can't get my T6 troops 3 months from now, you're going to hear one more rant, one more YouTube rant. I can guarantee you that, because yeah, that's just ridiculous, bro. If I play this game for a year and 6 months and spend all that money and still can't get T6 troops, bro, something has seriously gone wrong with this game. So let's wrap it up. That'll be it for today. That's phase. And you see there, I queued up what I had left, what I could queue up. I queued it up. My only concern is why I did tier 5 range when I could have just done tier 4 range. But anyway, that's a mistake. That's a slight mistake that I shouldn't have done. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it's a mistake, and yeah, it definitely shouldn't have been done. Those should have been tier 4s. So when we get to phase 3, which is 2 days from now, plus whatever I have here, so around 35k troops, which will be around 10 million top commander points. Another thing that I wanted to do is just check out the player pool, see who we're going up against. So let's just take a quick look at the overall ranking. We're going up against Chinese name. We'll call him Koro just for the purposes of this video. And Koro, I looked at it earlier. Koro's a farmer with 11 likes. I don't know what the hell Koro is doing. Is this really Koro's first ever top commander? Is this his free-to-play account and he's doing his first ever top commander? If that's the case, we're done. Like, he's completely gonna trounce us. There's no way I could have more speed ups than this guy. So I'm not going to be really doing a whole lot on phase 3. I'm planning to my goal for this top commander is to finish in 3rd place. If I can finish in 3rd place, that is like my ceiling. That is like what I believe could be my best finish, considering the resources that I brought in, and considering that I've only been saving for 3 months, and considering that I'm probably not going to participate in the Splendid Stele event. I think 3rd place is pretty good to shoot for in this specific scenario. If I end up in 4th or 5th, not that big of a deal, not the end of the world. It's still better than training troops outside of a top commander. So yeah, right now we're sitting in 2nd. We got 103,987,000 points, and followed behind by Mr. Copa Mix from ASL, who looks like a farmer. Could just be like a really slow to progress account. Let's check out his kills. Looks like he's getting high T5s. I don't think this guy fights very much. Only 1.6 million deaths. I don't know, bro. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments of this account. Is he a threat? Is he dangerous? I don't see these guys in my Splendid Stele group, but they're doing Stele. You could tell, like, this guy's already got 112 million points. This guy hasn't put anything in Stele. So if I get a rank reward, oh yeah, this is the rewards, by the way. It'd be the only acceptable results going with the amount of resources that I brought in here. Honestly, bro, I brought enough resources to win top commander on a bad day. So, you know, if the pool is average, like I think it is, I'm not... Bro, the pool that I was in the last time had 2 whales and just competing ahead of me. If I can get 130 Rubina fragments for training a few troops, bro, I'll take it. We might be able to do the Great Hunter as well, because I have 500... I have almost 5... Yeah, I have 500 arrows. I do have 500 arrows because you get arrows as you use your arrows, and I already have 467 saved up, so I'll definitely have around 600 arrows by the time it's all said and done. So that'll be enough for around 4th to 5th, I would think. Definitely top 10. So at the very minimum, I'm going to be getting another 15 Rubina fragments, 600 gems, XP books, and some resource packs for my effort in Great Hunter. Yeah, and then obviously if you get, if you're participating in Splendid Stele, and you happen to place, you know, in first place, you're going to get 12% more Splendid Stele rewards, which means 12% more energy cores, which is really, really nice, if I'm being honest with you. But those 250 fragments are really nice too. But if you think, right, bro, like if I finish top commander in 3rd 2 times, it's the same thing as finishing in 1st once, pretty much. The only difference is this, in that run twice as opposed to this once. So 8%, which is actually 0% because I'm not participating, as opposed to 12%, which could be the case for me next top commander, because I'm probably going to get first the next time I participate in top commander, which means, you know, that I was able to get 130 fragments plus 250, so an additional 130 just by participating twice in 6 months rather than once in 6 months. That's the benefit you have of being a spender in this game, right? Like a lot of people say, spend all this money and you don't get anything for it in the game. Oh, you do. You just don't see it. You do get a lot of stuff that other players don't get to necessarily notice. So that's our goal. Let's take a look at some of these people. So we looked at this guy here. This guy looks like a decent player, although only put on 74 million so far. I wonder if that was his cap. Or if he'll put on more points toward the end of the day. I happen to think that's it. I think he's just putting 74 and that's it, dude. This guy here, 54. I think we're good to go, man. Like, there's only 9 hours left in the day. I don't know. This guy could easily just put on an additional 26 million. I figure he will. This guy here will. There's a good potential that at least 2 of these 3 people here in this spot here will complete the 100 million points. And if that is the case, then I will be competing against 5 people, which guarantees me 5th place. And that's if they have more resources than me, which I highly doubt all 5 of these people have more resources than I do. I have saved up a lot of resources that are not speed ups, and I'm ready to go to war. So, you know, I will potentially finish top commander, I would say, with 400 to 450 million points. So that should be on most days. That's enough for 3rd place. That'll be more than good enough for 3rd place. So yeah, I don't know. The overall rankings are the same as because it's only phase 1. So I guess it doesn't matter where you look right now. This only shows the top 10. But the overall shows everybody. So I'm just looking through here just to see if there's any big names of whales that we got to watch out for. And honestly, I looked through it earlier. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I already looked through it. And I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything too alarming. Look at this farmer. 181 million might, 7 million kills. Patty? Farmer? Maybe not. Let's see. Deaths, 11 million deaths? No, this is not a farmer. So, bro, you got 11 million deaths, but only 41 million kills. There's a trooper right there. SAS Darkstorm. This guy could. But maybe he just wanted to go into the stele event. That looks like a stele score right there, boys. That looks to me like he's either waiting until later on today to do his training or his speed ups. But this is definitely a guy you want to watch out for. This guy could very well start piling on the points at any minute. But I would say that after phase 1, you kind of are able to shape the rest of the event. Like, what I mean by that is, let me put it to you this way. If they don't get 100 million points on phase 1, they're not going to get a ton of points or any at all on phase 3. Okay? Because your speed ups are worth much more on phase 1 than they are on phase 3. That's just a damn fact. So if let's say the scoreboard just finishes the day like this, okay, which it very well could. It very well could finish like this. Let's say that it does, okay? You could bet your bottom dollar that these guys here are not going for top 3. So, which would guarantee me top 3, which is very nice. That I, because I do have a very limited amount of resources. If, say 5 people were to bring 100 million on phase 1, 100 million on phase 3, and 100 million on phase 6, I would be 6th place but the thing is, bro, I've watched Top Commander. Rarely does that ever happen. Rarely does that ever happen where 5 people all get 100 million points on phase 1. It's usually 2 people plus me that get 100 million, or 2 people plus 1 other person if I'm not competing. So 3 people only get 100 million points, and then the rest just kind of, do this. Why do they do this? I don't know. Why would you even bother if you're not able to get, let me just tell you this, guys. If you're not able to get 100 million points on phase 1 of Top Commander, why are you entering Top Commander? I don't understand it. Like, I just personally don't get that logic, but that's just me. Phase 2 coming up tomorrow. We got roulette and hero themes. So I got a bunch of stuff saved up for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to get Daryl. And I'm going to not put anything into him. I'm just going to get him tomorrow, because I still need 600 fragments to fully transcend my Rubina. So I will not be maxing Daryl until probably more toward 6 months to a year. More like 6 months from now, I would say, that I'll be fully awakening Daryl. So, but yeah, that's something to look forward to tomorrow. And this video is just dragging on, boys. I'm going to cut it and I'm going to edit it. But this video went way longer than I was expecting. So, because there was a lot of grievances that I had to file in this video, and I couldn't have done it in 2 minutes. There just wasn't enough time. So, if you've made it to the end of the video, consider joining the channel as a member, dude. Like, we're going to be cooking up some really cool perks for channel members, and at the very least, you get to support me with $5 a month or whatever, and it really helps me continue to be able to make these videos for you guys in the future. So yeah, anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you're competing in this Top Commander, good luck. I'm going to be delaying my videos probably by 2 or 3 days, just so that people can't snipe me a whole lot. Because like I told you, right, once phases 1 to 3 are kind of decided, the point totals are kind of pretty much decided at that point. And I'm not fighting for first or second anyways. I can already tell you that right now. I'm not going to be fighting for first. If it happens, it happens. They want to snipe, go right ahead. But it's not going to matter, bro. I honestly think even with a snipe or without a snipe, it wouldn't matter. I don't have the required amount of resources to be able to put forth a first or a second place effort in this top commander. Next one for sure, though. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.